This is the Oupes 600-watt power station, and today we're going to take a closer look at it. Hey everybody, welcome to 4x-Trail. I'm Caleb, and today we're looking at this 600-watt power station from Oupes. If you're in the market for a solar chargeable power station like this to take off-grid, you've probably looked at Jackery's, Goal Zeros. You may not have looked at Oupes, because I hadn't even heard of the company until, I don't know, a couple of months ago. Actually, my dad was talking to me. He's an engineer, and he's spent a lot of time researching solar and battery backup, different options and what the best quality batteries are out there. There's different types of lithium batteries, as you probably are aware. And he actually said, hey, Caleb, you gotta check out Oupes. They make a really quality product. And it wasn't maybe a month after that that Oupes actually emailed me and said, hey, would you wanna try out our 600-watt power station here on the channel and give it a review? And so I said, actually, yeah, I'd love to try it because I've heard about it. So super excited to be able to start using this thing, get it out on the trail and at camp. But today we're just gonna look at some of the basic features of it. And before we dive in, I wanna plug some stuff in and let it charge while we're talking. So I've got my, just like a dual GoPro battery set up here. I'm gonna plug that in. And then I've got my Zoleo SOS device. We're gonna plug that in. Those are both here in this section. And I'm going to also plug in my MacBook, the USB-C. Now those are all three on this little bank here. So you hit that button and all of them begin charging. All right, so while that's doing that, I'll say I fully charged this thing when I first got it, maybe, I don't know, a few weeks ago now. And it's held a charge fine ever since then. It's been sitting out in the garage here in Phoenix, which it gets pretty hot. But I want to start with looking at some of the ports that are on this thing, the different ways of charging it, the dimensions, the weight, all that good stuff. So you can see here the output that it's giving to charge these three devices. It shows you what ports are being used, how many hours there is left in this unit before it would run out of power to put into these devices at this rate. It's got the fan on there, just a few little things that you can see on the screen. So we have these ports here, two standard USB and then a USB-C, as well as 12-volt, like a cigarette lighter, and these two ports, and that turns on separately. Two standard household outlets there, and the power button. You can turn on and off the display, or you can hold it down and power the whole unit down. So this being a smaller power station, only 600 watts, it's not going to run any higher draw appliances. They do make a station up to, it's multiple sizes, 1,000 watt, 1,200, 1,800 watts. So those would be better for running appliances at camp. This is perfect for what I'm using it for right here, recharging devices, GoPro batteries, drone batteries, those types of things, keeping your laptop and phone topped off. It'll do that many, many times on a single charge. So it's a great size to have in that respect. It's also a little more portable, a little smaller, a little lighter than some of the larger power stations. I should add it comes with two different power supplies, one for your vehicle and one for plugging into your wall outlet at home. And if you're using solar to charge it, you'll obviously need the 8mm connector to go into the side from your 100-watt solar panel into the side of the unit. Speaking of recharging, it has 5 options for recharging, which I think is kind of cool. From 0 to 80%, it will charge in only 3.5 hours using a standard wall outlet at home and the USB-C port, so a dual charging scenario. It'll take 7.5 hours if you're just using the wall charger at home. 7.5 hours also for solar. If you've got a 100-watt solar panel or the folding solar panel that Oupes sells, you can charge it from 0 to 80% in 7.5 hours, 10.5 hours in the car, just trickle charge through your cigarette lighter, or 12 hours through the USB-C port alone. So there's lots of options for charging, which I find helpful depending on the scenario that you're in. Now, Oupes uses a lithium iron phosphate battery, which is a slightly heavier version of a lithium battery, but it is a much more stable version. It's something to consider if you're in a high temperature area like we are here in the East Valley of Phoenix. It gets very hot in the summer. If you're traveling through hot areas or especially spending extended time in hot areas, you want to consider lithium iron phosphate versus some of the other lithium battery types that are out there. This one is, because it's a lithium iron phosphate, it weighs 14 pounds, which is maybe slightly heavier on the heavier side for a smaller power station like this, but it's still very portable. And you can see by my hands here the dimensions. I have the dimensions in millimeters, 267 by 197 by 247. But yeah, you can see it's very compact, which is nice. The cool thing about the lithium iron phosphate battery as well is it has 2,500 cycles, which is significantly more than some of the power stations out there. Again, it is important what type of lithium battery is in your power station. So something to consider, 2,500 cycles is pretty impressive. So I talked about there being 6 different levels of protection built into the BMS system on the Oupes power stations. That's overcharge protection, short circuit, over discharge, over current, short voltage, and it is temperature controlled. So this is a very safe unit in a variety of scenarios, outdoors, extreme temperatures. It's nice to know that they've got your back in a variety of scenarios. This thing is a pretty stable unit. It also comes with a 2-year warranty, which I think is pretty cool. It's ETL listed and UL listed. Something that's kind of fun is it has a built-in flashlight on the back, a couple different brightness levels, as well as a strobe. That's useful. You never can have enough light when you're at camp, so it's nice having something built into your power station as well. Oupes is extending a 10% discount to followers of the channel here by entering 4xTrail in the promo code at checkout. You can click the link in the description below to take advantage of that. All right, let's see how the charging's going here. We're down to 98%. It's putting out 39 watts, and it has 13 hours to go at this rate, charging these 2 GoPro batteries, my little SOS device, and my MacBook. And I've been messing around with this thing for a while since I got it, so it's had a little bit of usage before this video. But yeah, seems to be working just fine. There's really no negatives at this point. I haven't really been able to use it out on the trail yet, but I'm excited to take this on some trips here coming up and get some real field testing done on it. I'll definitely plan to keep you guys updated as I use it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video today. If so, give it a thumbs up and take advantage of that discount by hitting the link in the description below. And I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.